Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your spooky suggestions
and make even spookier drawings.
I am Caldwell Tanner.
I'm Slathan.
I'm Spooky Jacob.
Wonderful.
I'm Gulia. I wrote on Caldwell's name. God.
It works way better. You could have been Caldwell.
Caldwell would have been good.
You know, hindsight's 20/20.
Why am I getting razzed for coming up with something original? Julia stole mine.
This is the episode. We're just going to argue about scary names.
We are actually, instead of doing that, we're going to do a little Halloween costume party. We're all going trick-or-treating at the neighborhood where it's fine for adults to go trick-or-treating. And we've decided to draw costumes for each other in the spirit of Halloween. We did this last year, and we thought it was so much fun that we'd do it again. Jacob, I think you're going to get us started here.
Yeah, I'm getting it going. I'm doing a costume for our very good boy, Nathan.
Yay!
Oh!
Hooray!
Yeah, I drew Jacob's costume for him last year, so I drew you as a sassy Alolan Meowth because
it was super good.
I wanted to, and now I'm excited to see how you draw me, what sort of costume you give me for
It's going to be very unflattering.
I love it.
Do you want to reveal what you're drawing yet?
No. I want it to become clear as we go.
Okay, cool.
We've sort of roughed in a little boy version of me.
This is a little Nathan.
I
Lil
would love
Nathan.
if they had a line of Halloween costumes that instead of like sexy whatever, they had unflattering whatever.
That'd be great.
Unflattering sheriff.
Awful cat.
Awful cat.
Look at this terrible cat. No, thank you.
Just a cat that you're like, should we put him down? Is he too far gone?
Yo, I love Halloween. All the sexy people are coming out dressed as disgusting cops.
Questionable nurse. Is she really a nurse? Who knows?
Who knows?
She doesn't seem licensed.
I'm dressed as a lecherous beekeeper.
I'm dressed as a crooked businessman.
And you're like physically crooked.
Yeah. Ow, my back.
This is kind of what Nathan looks like.
Yeah, it's me.
This is very Nathan-esque.
That's where my hair will be at when by the time we go trick-or-treating for sure. You can definitely count on my hair getting longer. Sometimes I get a haircut, but usually it's growing out.
That is one of the many truths of life. Hair's gonna grow, buddy.
Like they always say, hair today, gone tomorrow.
Who says that?
I don't know. A cartoon rabbit, maybe.
Sure, why not?
Because like a hair, like that kind of.
No, we got it.
Hey, what is y'all's favorite candy that you hope to receive from the adults-only trick-or-treating neighborhood?
I like Twix.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I don't
That's
have
not
a
adult
I don't,
enough.
I don't have a funny answer. I'm just always so psyched to
What
get
about
some Twix.
booze Twix?
Yeah,
Whoa.
what about some Twix, but they poured some whiskey on it? some wet
Some wet Twix.
candy. Yeah.
Some of them soggy bourbon Twix. Oh, you know, Twix are great because you could make them an adult treat very easily because you just swizzle them in your drink.
Oh yeah, maybe a glass of Bailey's with a Twix swizzle.
My teeth are chattering just thinking about it.
Guys, I don't drink and I'm an adult, so I think my answer has to be after eights.
What's after eights?
Do you guys
Don't
not know
just
what
say it
after
like
eights
that.
are?
No.
What?
What is that?
This sounds like some stupid nonsense that I hate.
Oh my god.
After eights. Is that like a dinner mint?
Yeah, basically.
It sounds like a dinner mint.
They're basically dinner mints. They're little thin squares of mint covered in chocolate,
I mean, that sounds pretty good for sure.
and like everyone over the age of 80 eats them with their tea. And me. I also eat them
okay.
with tea.
Is this a European centric thing?
No?
Okay.
That's why I'm so confused why you guys have never heard of after eights.
It sounds like it would be European.
It sounds
Yeah.
so incredibly British. I guarantee you that on the label for this cookie it says digestive.
I'm looking it up. It was made in the UK, but I grew up eating them. I can't believe you guys don't know what after eights are.
That's a very funny snack to give a child on Halloween, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Just give them a bunch of Belvita morning biscuits.
I'm like so upset you guys have never heard of after eights, and now I'm going to have to buy a box and bring them in on
Yeah.
That won't help Caldwell.
Yeah, I'll ship one to Caldwell.
Ship me a single cookie.
Ship you a single after eight in an envelope so when it gets to you, the chocolate's melted.
Now that's my jam. I like to do trick or treat by mail.
I write a bunch of letters on October 15th.
You have to do it before October 15th. Postmarked by October 15th if you want that postal candy. You include a picture of yourself dressed up in costume, and then the person writes back and says, "Oh, aren't you scary?" And then they include one treat for you.
Oh yeah, so you got to get your costume ready ahead of time. I always wait to the last minute and then just go as a cat.
That's what I did last year.
I've been a cat for I think the past 4 years, but I love this costume that Jacob's drawing.
Yeah,
for me.
if it's not becoming clear at this point, we've
Yeah.
got a bit of a inflatable deal going on.
I love it.
So we have a tiny Nathan who becomes a very strong Nathan because he's all Nathan.
I'm all Nathan.
All Nathan.
all Nathan.
All Nathan all the time.
It's My Hero Academia's All Might, but Nathan.
The symbol of chomps. All
The
Nathan.
symbol of chomps.
Yeah, all of my attacks are just a place name with Chomp after.
Yeah.
Detroit Chomp.
That's pretty good. Now, Jacob, is the inflatable aspect of this attached to normal Nathan, and he's like walking around and it's waddling behind him the entire night?
No, I was thinking this was like two forms of Nathan. So the smaller one is him.
The costume inflates, and then I'm still inside it.
You're still inside of it.
So
yes.
I'm like on like stilts made of air.
Yeah, but it is like balloons. Like as you can see, it's very like balloony.
Jacob, this is very important. He's not on stilts. His face is definitely where the crotch goes, and it's a fake head up there. Jacob, I bring you an important missive.
Caldwell, I can't say no to you.
The safety of the kingdom is at stake.
I've made this man far too large, and I keep having to move him.
That's the thing about All Might. Is,
You can't fit him in one canvas.
Yeah,
Dude, that's the fucking deal with art, though. That's just art in a nutshell, is like making your man too big.
I whoopsied, and now my man is way too big.
Oh, there he comes.
Yeah, these are your big balloon limbs.
Is it filled with like helium?
He can fly.
Oh, it's more like jumping. He's got like early Superman powers.
Well, I guess if
It's
I'm
more like falling with style.
if I'm at the bottom and my head is in the crotch, then yeah, it's filled with helium, so that the rest of the part I'm just like fighting against floating away while I walk.
It's got as much helium as like a hot air balloon.
Yeah, and that makes sense because it's the same as All Might's power in that I can only use it for a limited amount of time before I get too tired, and then I have to go back down to my small Nathan form.
Exactly.
All Nathan and small Nathan.
Yeah, all Nathan and small Nathan. Oh, so good. Let's gotta get these stripies in here.
Yeah, get the stripies.
I'm really excited for you to draw this head.
So we've decided that the head is fake.
The head is a balloon. My head remains at crotch level, regardless of...
As God intended.
As God intended it. So it's just kind of like a...
Oh yeah, it's bad. No, what does the beard do? I feel like the beard would expand in some sort of All Might fashion.
I was thinking the beard is just sort of painted on this head balloon.
Okay. All right, I got you.
And we have like another couple balloons for like the hair going up.
And this is all like DIY. He's like just twisted these balloons himself.
Yeah.
It's
It's amazing he was able to form this entire thing.
I spent the entire year perfecting my craft of balloon work in order to pull off this costume.
But then you got tired when you had to do the head.
Yeah, I guess no one's gonna be looking up that high. Still get the idea. I made these amazingly chiseled abs out of balloons.
It's very hard to make abs out of balloons. So now I'm picturing that this is just it's just individual balloons grouped in a very certain way.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start doing an adaptation here, so that it's all It's all just a bunch of balloons.
It's such a good costume.
It's very complicated. Nathan, I love this is a very interesting take on Captain Caveman, the barbaric character.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. Give me my Twix. Give me my boozy Twix.
Of course, when you're in all Nathan form, only your mouth is available to grasp things. So people are just going to have to insert these boozy whiskey-soaked Twix just right into your crotch.
My entire body goes inside one of the legs, and then...
I think you stand up on some tall boots, and then your head is like right at crotch level.
Okay.
It's like when you see somebody wearing like sweatpants, but the sweatpants are also covering their arms, so they just look like a head and legs. It's like that.
That's a fun one. I love that bit when people do that.
I would love to see if anyone out there is drawing along. I would love to see just like a really, really triumphant version of All Might, but Nathan's head is just placed on the crotch.
Yeah, I would like to see that as well.
Yep. Tweet at us if you do that.
Get at us online.
Jacob, we still have...
Yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm done. All Nathan is here.
The abs are whoopee cushions. I'm gonna draw a costume.
Don't shrink that, man.
Just enough so that there's room for all of us.
Nathan, he needs to be so big.
We all have to go trick-or-treating together, because I also kind of wanted to give maybe mine's not going to be balloons for Caldwell. I think it's going to be just like a big sort of onesie.
Oh, great. That's always fun when people roll up in one of those, like a Pikachu onesie or
yeah, but this one, it is a stuffed onesie. It's got it's very well insulated.
Stuffed ones. That's the new style. So it's like a portable bed is what you're getting at.
So Caldwell, I don't know. I think you're gonna appreciate this because there's a lot of pieces of pop culture that came out this past year that we enjoyed for various reasons. But let's see. Yeah, I think your legs are sort of in here.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I need the schematic so I can build this.
Let's figure out how this works. So then
I've taken over Disney Imagineering. I've hijacked the studio, so they're going to build this for me.
I should make it the same size as me so that we're yeah.
I think you can draw it and shrink it down afterwards. Let's draw it up big so people can see what's going on.
That's good. That's a good idea. Okay, so let's get your face going.
Yeah, in the heart of it, sure. Embedded deep within the chest of this mighty Gumbilla.
Is Caldwell Grape Ape?
He's not Grape Ape.
Am I a stinky ape that loves the garbage?
No.
Is he a skunk ape? What was the other name for that cryptid? A stinky cabbage man?
Yeah, the swamp cabbage man.
Swamp cabbage man?
There's so many good apes in pop culture and just in American mythos. We love our apes despite having none of our own.
I have a PhD in ape lore. Oh, look at his little face. He's so happy to be here.
So we're gonna sort of like gotta get your chin big.
Thank you. Could you big up my chin, please?
Let's big up Caldwell's chin. And so I think you're sort of leaning forward and trying to fill out this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, please. Yeah, like my stance is outrageous for sure, and I'm doing this all night.
And yeah, the arms on the costume aren't. Yeah, you're very much just wearing a big. You're in a bed. You're in a giant bed.
Great. Again, Nathan, you don't have to like do the full Jim Henson's Puppet Workshop breakdown of how this works if you don't want to.
I just want to make it okay. So that's all. That was just for me.
Good. Now erase it forever.
Yeah.
Oh, I like to imagine that when I go up to the front door, the parents are like, "Oh, look at you've got a very big chin," and I'm like, "That's not my costume. That's just how my face works." Did you not notice that I'm embedded within a gargilla as well?
A gargilla.
I can't stress enough. This is not a gorilla. This is.
I don't know. It looks pretty.
You keep saying that, but
it looks pretty ape-like.
Well, that was the design. This is a character from a movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a movie that Caldwell and I saw together this year. It's a movie that perhaps I talked about too much.
Oh no!
Is this a Valerian thing?
But there was a particular scene in the movie
Nathan!
That Caldwell, that made Caldwell laugh very hard. And I wanted to recreate the character from that scene.
Are you drawing me as the Hungry King?
You're the Hungry King.
Oh, the Hungry King from Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets?
Yes. That is your Halloween costume.
This is going to be fun because I'll go up to people's doors and they'll give me, now and laters or, I don't know, some sort of weird British morning biscuit called Morning Times or something like that. And I'll just be like, no.
The thing that happened was he made he pretends like he likes it, but then he doesn't actually like it. And that made Caldwell laugh very hard.
I don't know if, just pirate the movie and watch the scene.
Just watch that one scene.
Yeah, just Google Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets Hungry King scene.
I really hope that's on YouTube because I want to see it very desperately.
It's very funny to me. I qualify it with that statement.
Caldwell is a man of very simple pleasures, and a big king not liking his food is one of those pleasures.
It's going to be so fun going around all night having to explain this costume to people.
What do you mean you guys didn't see Valerian and the Thousand Planets?
I feel like we've got a theme going here where the costumes are all just inflated around us, and I kind of want to keep that going. Even if it's unnecessary.
I've sent us down a path when I drew Nathan as a very, very tiny boy.
Well, to be fair, I had planned on drawing this already.
Inflation costumes are big this year.
Yeah, people are into it. Now I got to draw the stupid crown that he wears.
Please draw the stupid crown. Now I'm trying to think what kind of snack I'm having inserted into my mouth.
Whatever it is, you're gonna act like you've got some sort of controls to, like, you say thank you, but then the king shakes his head no.
For me, I think I'm like bobbing for apples, but it's just I'm bobbing for apple cider. And instead of bobbing, you just like lower your head into the bucket and slurp up as much of that good alcoholic apple juice as you can. Adult Halloween rules this year.
It's a good holiday.
I feel like I could very easily make headlines as if I set up my house as like a adults only Halloween situation for trick-or-treating. That seems like it would get a lot of people mad online. I feel like I would get really roasted via Twitter if I did something like that. But it could be fun if I want to get my name and my brand out there.
Yeah. Anytime people get mad at a person, it turns out there are people that agree with that person too.
Yeah, it is a fun litmus test, huh? Nathan, I feel like you gotta finish up this king.
I gotta wrap this up. I gotta wrap up this king.
To be fair, though, I 100% want to see this movie strictly because of this character that Nathan is drawing. Like, if the trailer was just this guy and whatever noise he makes, I would have seen it in a heartbeat.
Just a 2-minute trailer of this guy shaking his head vigorously.
Just
The movie is terrible. The short film The Hungry King contained within the movie is amazing and should win every Oscar. That's all I'll say on the matter. And then I'm putting it to bed. Oh yeah, please get all of his stripes and indentations, Nathan. That's gonna be important.
He has some stripes.
I can't stop thinking about how hot Caldwell has to be in there.
You're very hot, but you oh yeah, he does have a little loincloth.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a waist sack.
Oh yeah, you
just
can
looks
use
like a
that. That's
square
where you're
dog.
keeping your candy also.
Exactly. Okay, cool. I was hoping you were just gonna draw his dinger.
No, I'm going off a reference, and his dinger is not visible. So there's Caldwell as his favorite character from Valerian, the Hungry King. Caldwell, why don't you draw a costume?
Okay, so I'm up now, and I love this, and I'm looking at it up close, and oh boy, it's just such a treat.
You're so sweaty in there. You're drenched in sweat, but it's worth it because
I have to imagine that at some point it looks like I'm lying because I'm just so sweaty. And I'm telling people what I'm dressed as, and they're like, what is Valerian? That's not a real movie. You're making this up.
I promise this episode is the last time I talk about Valerian, unless they make a sequel.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. The first one's in. So I'm drawing Julia. I had a costume planned for Julia, and I think I'm still going to execute it. But we've got this kind of Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade going on here.
The nice thing about drawing costumes instead of actually having to make them is we can make them as unpractical as we want.
Yeah, we can just kind of world build to our heart's content.
So we've got Julia. Julia's sort of absolutely not phased.
You know what?
Yeah.
No, she's into it. I'm sorry. That was, you know what? It's Halloween, for God's sakes.
The last time we did this, I asked Julia if she had any big Halloween plans, and she said absolutely not. And it was very funny.
Hey, do you want to ask
All
me
right.
what my Halloween plans are for this year?
Oh yeah, Julia, do you have any big Halloween plans this year?
Absolutely not.
Hey, are you gonna hand out the candy though?
Maybe.
Who's this big
This
friend?
looks like a Tonberry from Final Fantasy.
So I'm just drawing. Let me just get the face in here, and I think that Julia, I think you ran out of time and had to go to like the discount Halloween costume place. And you had this great idea for like a Link costume, and it just didn't come together as well, I don't think. But it is still inflatable.
Well, the problem is we designed these costumes for our friends. So this was Caldwell's fault. Julia would have planned it great, but
It's true. I got too busy, and I had to order like a really cheap one overseas and get it shipped.
Where is Julia's body?
Where am I?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's like I think you kind of have to crouch a little bit, so it's like you're in here. So like if I did one of Nathan's amazing blueprints, it would be like you're kind of basically your body is hunched this way, and like this is your leg, and then your arms are kind of like draped over.
you got a wide leg gap.
Yeah.
That's awful. Also, if Julia stood up, she would be 3 times taller than you or Nita.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. Julia is a giant.
11 feet tall.
Oh yeah, I see what I've done. I'll shrink it down a bit afterwards.
Okay.
In the spirit of
Because Link isn't bigger
proportions.
than the Fat King. That Fat King's huge.
Yeah, I'm feeling so good about my Fat King costume, and then Julia rolls up in this, and I'm like, oh. I'm the Fat King, but Julia's the portly Link.
This is what Link would actually look like if he ate all of the food that I make him eat in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, just munching
Absolutely.
down steak skewers constantly.
Oh yeah, that's what he's gonna be holding actually. Instead of a sword, he's just gonna have a big hunk of meat.
Just big hearty mushroom skewers.
Yeah, a big plate of spicy peppers in the other hand.
Just housing peppers, just eating a whole crab.
He doesn't want to put on the warm clothes, so he just has to eat as many peppers as he can to walk through the snow.
Yeah, what costume? Because like in the new game, Link can wear a bunch of different dumb shit. What should he be wearing?
Tingle?
Oh, yeah. Well, I like the hair though.
Okay.
I was always a fan of like the climbing gear that just made him look like a climbing bro.
Yeah.
Is that like some shorts and a bandana?
I think that if I do anything else to this, it's going to like instantly become unrecognizable as Link.
You should just give him a traditional garb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the traditional one for this. What is he holding in this hand though? This is very important.
So he's got a chicken leg in that hand and
Like a fish skewer.
Okay,
skewer. Yeah.
Make it a skewers night.
Link does every night.
Yeah. Oh, me? I don't need any candy. I've got my giant turkey leg.
I think that this is just several small balloons. We got a theme going here, and I will not stray from it.
Yeah, maybe the crown on top of your plush onesie is a balloon, Caldwell.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, I think it's all balloons. Again, this is just like everyone's having a very normal, fun Halloween, and then these 4 monstrosities roll down the street, and everyone's just like, "What's going on? Who are these
Yeah,
people?"
you can't stand, like, when we enter the room of the party, everyone has to leave because we take up so much space, and there's so many limbs that just we don't have any control over on our
Yeah.
costumes.
Things are just bouncing hither and thither, for sure.
You know, we take Halloween seriously, and we're also excited for the Thanksgiving parade, so we thought we'd combine disciplines and just make ourselves into balloons.
Can you
Hey, calm
imagine,
down.
like, the inflatable Garfield coming by, and then the king coming by, and you're like, what is that? It's just going.
Oh man, I bet the king would like lasagna. He wasn't offered lasagna.
That's their loss, honestly. Hey, are you looking for a costume, but don't like how small they all are? Then come down to Balloon George's costume shack, where we only do inflatable costumes. I'm Giorgio Balloon.
You tired of going to Halloween parties and having people standing close to you? Get yourself a big puffy costume. It'll push everyone away physically and emotionally.
Isolate yourselves with Giorgio Balloon, George Chop. Somebody help me.
I bought too many balloons.
I'm done with this. Take it away. Julia, do you want to finish us off here?
Heck yes, I do.
Julia, what do you think about your costume?
It's beautiful. It's wonderfully round and wonderfully, wonderfully destructive. If you don't mind, I'm going to shrink your boys a little bit.
There they go.
Let me try to consolidate them a little bit before I...
Okay, yeah. When you shrink them, it's like I'm on a train and I'm leaving and I'm watching them go away in the distance. And I'm waving my handkerchief because I'm so sad. Because I'm remembering that amazing night we all spent together in our giant inflatable costumes, dunking our heads into apple cider.
We caused so much static electricity that night.
Nobody was happy about us. Now, Julia, you got to draw one Jacob.
I do have to draw one whole Jacob, I know.
That's what the coupon you've been handed says. Good for one Jacob.
It's a weird coupon that demands that you do something.
This coupon is good for one you have to draw.
You have to draw Jacob now.
It's not a coupon, it's a dupon. And you got to do the thing on it.
Nice.
Nice.
That sounds like a Fiverr Subway ad.
Hold on, yeah, shit. I have to go pitch this startup to everyone in Silicon Valley. It's called Dupon, and it's how you get people to do stuff. Isn't that just work? Isn't that just a job? Yeah, but it's online now.
Hey, Julia, I'm having a bad time already.
Jacob's facing the sky. The best part about Halloween is that October sky, baby.
Ooh, yeah. The Rocket Boys are out, and they're just constantly launching missiles into the sky. There's so many science fairs. All the Rocket Boys are here. Shit.
Caldwell, who are the Rocket Boys?
Oh, that's October Sky was the movie.
Yeah. I gotcha. I'm with you now.
Rocket Boys was the name of the book that it was based on. And it's just very funny to picture several nerdy boys descending upon your town and just launching Estes rockets hither and thither. That's where my mind instantly went. Is that not what you guys thought of?
It wasn't, but now it is.
Okay, good. I'm glad I can provide. So, Jacob is tall.
Yeah.
Jacob's very tall.
He's the only one that didn't get a squatting costume.
Weird choice. I don't get it.
Yeah, so...
I'm ahead on a plate.
Yeah. So far, huh?
All right, okay. I don't know where you're going with this, but I'm excited. And that excitement won't carry me through.
I kind of look like a Warhammer 40K dude.
Yeah, it does look like that.
I wish all of their faces were like barely peeking out of their armor and they looked really uncomfortable all the time.
I have accepted my fate.
What are Warhammer characters? They like space dwarves?
They're like space marine men. Fantasy too.
They were like, what if every fantasy race was in the future and had spaceships?
Yeah.
Hey, if y'all's super great inflatable costumes don't arrive in time, what were you thinking of going as for Halloween?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, again, I've been a cat for the past 4 years.
Are you going to keep that streak going?
I might just be a cat again.
Have you thought about going as like different types of cats?
Oh, like a tabby or a Salem or a Garfield?
Yeah, or like Sailor Moon's cat friend.
Or a Heathcliff.
Yeah. Nathan, go as Heathcliff this year.
I'm gonna wear the same costume. I'm just gonna say I'm Heathcliff. Or no, I'll just wear a football helmet that has ham written on it because that's
everyone will get it.
Everyone will get that.
Oh shit, you're Heathcliff. I love it. I love his strips.
It's awkward when you run into someone who's wearing a kale helmet, however.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, if you don't get these hot Heathcliff references, you gotta check it out.
Gotta leave the channel.
You're on
Go
the wrong
Comics.
damn channel if you don't get these Heathcliff references at this point.
Yeah, it's time for you to go.
So Julia, is this an inflatable suit of armor, or is it an actual giant suit of armor that Jacob is standing at the top of?
It's an actual giant
Great.
suit of armor.
Great.
And
Like, we
a
all
big
show up.
It's a big danger because we're all like highly poppable.
We all show up to this like costume exchange that we've agreed on, and we all have like these balloon things to give each other, and then Julia has just forged this armor. She's covered in soot.
She's exhausted. Well, I know what I am at this point. Because Julia knows me.
Are you a Dark Souls?
I'm a Dark Souls. This is the Onion Knight Siegmeyer from Dark Souls 1. One of my favorite NPC characters in the game.
This is going to be so fun because you're going to have like a giant broadsword and you can just scream, "I'm Dark Souls," as you slice someone's Kia Optima in half.
But
actually, Siegmeyer spends most of the game just sitting in place wondering what to do in various spots. So every time you find him, he's just sitting there going,
Oh, he's like the Beetle of Dark Souls.
And then you have to do whatever he was going to do for him, and then he moves on.
Interesting.
He's like, "Mayhaps I shall go trick-or-treating."
Yeah, and then someone has to go trick-or-treat for me and bring me back candy.
Oh, so it's like you have minions performing like mini quests for you.
Yeah, well, they want to see the end of my my NPC storyline, so...
Exactly, for sure.
You got to find me in all the spots I'll show up in on Halloween night.
I do like to think that we are all doing tricks as well as treats on this very spooky, ghastly night. And we are doing tricks and treats in character. So yeah, Jacob, you would just be slicing things in half, making children do tasks for you. Julia, you're just shield sliding on everything.
Yep.
I'm eating everyone's candy.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, you're just helping out, making the world a better place.
I'm using the whoopee cushions that are my abs to do all sorts of fun fart goofs.
To stop crime somehow.
To stop crime, yeah.
This is a very good Onion Night as well, by the
Yeah,
way.
this is
God, look at
great.
us. Look at this squad.
Look at this squat. That sword is so we're not gonna be able to get inside a building. That sword's gonna ruin someone's ceiling.
Yeah, it's not legal
So
to
many
carry
Uber
that.
drivers are going to be like, "No."
Also, Jacob has to stand very far away from any of us.
Yeah,
'cause he
right,
will
exactly.
just pop us at any angle.
Well, again, Caldwell wouldn't pop. He would just get his plush insides would come out.
And that's even worse, honestly, because I've stored so much extra food in there.
This looks like the Game Informer sneak peek at the cast of Final Fantasy 16.
There it is.
It's not going to get better than that. Y'all, this has been Drawfee. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween. Here's a fun thought. I don't imagine anyone is, but if you dress up as a Drawfee character for Halloween, please let us know, because that would make our hearts swell with pride.
If you dress up as a Valyrian character also, let us know.
Yeah, for sure at us, at everyone on this video, if that happens. You can see daily videos from us at Facebook. You go to facebook.com/Drawfee. We also have a Twitch channel, drawfeeshow.tv.
Twitch?
Is that anywhere near right?
Twitch.tv/Drawfee Show. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's the URL.
It's in the
That's the
description,
Earl.
guys. All the links are in the description. I encourage you to go there to the description. We always write a description for the episode, and then there are just a bunch of links to stuff. People ask, where can we buy Drawfee merch? We got a store.
Go hog wild on some links.
Yeah, go hog wild on some links.
Well, I got to go see someone in Chinatown about finding a bootleg Link costume. So I got to head out. But this has been wonderful. Happy Halloween to everyone. Happy Hell Christmas. This is Drawfee, and we are very, very sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry.